everybody. Come on in. Like and share. Invite your friends. We're going to start in just a minute. I give everybody a little time to get in, like and share, because I need time for that. So we'll start in just a minute. I just want to make sure everything's up and we're live. Looks like we're good on Facebook and we are good over on YouTube. Joan says it's getting very difficult to get this show. It won't even come up in my search. Should that worry me? Yes, that should. It should worry you. But we are heavily throttled, and we know that. Those of us who gather here and have gathered here for all of this time know that we are heavily suppressed. This message is not a popular one. It's not one that the establishment wants to get out, because this is a message of hope, what we talk about in here. We're talking about this fight, but we're talking about it like winners. We own it. We know it's ours, and we must do all we can to make it happen. Kathy says, so glad I caught you. What's today's topic? Let's not talk about taking the mortgage reprieve. Tonight is Conspiracy Theories and Chill, and I don't really know how to say what the topic is going to be, but come back at 8 o'clock for that and check it out. I don't want to say any more. I'm looking forward to this Conspiracy Theories and Chill because I'm going to get a lot of things out of the way that I've been holding back. But hey Susan, hey Carol, you share me in 5 large groups right now. Thank you. I appreciate that. Good to see everybody here. We're going to go ahead and get started. So hey everybody, and welcome back to the Daily Bern. We gather here every day at 7 p.m. Central. And we discuss this fight that we're in, this political revolution of ours. But that's the key to it all. We know that this is our fight, not Bernie's. This is our responsibility. So come on in, because this is the war room of the political revolution. What this is a motivational show for all of us who are devoted to doing all that it takes to make sure that this change that we're fighting for and is so needed right now takes place. So we are live right now on Facebook from Our Revolution War Room and YouTube from Me on Things and Stuff. So please take part in the show, and remember to like, share, and subscribe if you're here on YouTube, and join the page on Facebook. But take part in the show, even if you're watching after the live, because I want this to be a place where we can share our experiences and grow our movement. This is meant to be a motivator for all of us moving forward towards victory over this corrupt, rigged system that lords over us all. Because we know and we understand that this is about so much more than an election, and so much more than even Bernie Sanders. This is a war. This is what a peaceful revolution looks like. But make no mistake, this is a fight. Now, I had someone private message me and say that I shouldn't say that, and I should stop calling it a fight, that it's divisive, that people will be turned off by the notion of a fight even. Now, they probably think Bernie should back off of the socialism talk as well. But I don't care, honestly. And the fact is that this is a fight. We are in a war. It's a class war, and it's very real. This is not an election, and we understand that as well. This person who reached out to me means well, but they are missing the point that this isn't an election at all. This is a revolution. Now, this same person, whether they admit it to me or not, would probably even vote for Joe Biden, even still, even after everything that's come out and his mental problems, would still vote for him to stop Trump. They don't get it, and they never will. But we don't need everyone to get it, or even everyone to commit to being in this fight 100%. We just need enough people that believe in this fight deeply and have the courage to believe that it is possible, and who are willing to do everything that they can to see that this revolution succeeds. And we have that core group of millions, and we will stand united and keep moving forward, no matter what, until we bring justice and compassion to this greed-based, corrupt, rigged, and evil system. Because we understand that people are needlessly dying and going without every day, while a few people enrich themselves off the rest of society's suffering. And we know that our government has been bought off by these predators, and all of the wealth and resources of the world are being hoarded by these predators. We know that they'll never have enough. They'll never do the right thing. They never have, and they never will. It'll never trickle down. They'll never self-correct. Every advancement that humans have made throughout time has come along in the same way. It was never done out of the goodness of their heart. It always comes when the people stand united and make their voices heard, when they stand by the millions and demand change. That is what we're doing now, and we will not stop. We will not back down. We're coming to take this, and we're coming right now. Because this is not an election. This is a fight. We are at war, and to ignore that fact is dangerous, because you are under attack whether you're aware of it or not. And we know that as well. We understand, and we know that there is no better opportunity or time coming. This is not an election. This is our moment, and we must seize it and do everything that we can to make sure that it happens. And we will. I want to stress that real quick, because things are bad and will get worse. But I want you to know that it is our belief that is going to see us through this. Belief is immensely powerful. Don't ever underestimate how powerful belief is. We are being very brave by even allowing ourselves to believe that this change is possible. You realize this system that lords over us has been put in place over hundreds, thousands of years. They've scientifically designed it to keep the people down. And they've built it to enrich themselves at the expense of all of us. But we believe we can change that, and that's a very brave act. And we will. So keep your mind strong and your will firm through everything that we're facing, because that is the most important thing. You can do anything at all if you believe you can do it and you put the work in to make it happen. Because nothing is impossible, and we can do this. We must do this, and we will do this. Not Bernie, us. Because this is all, everything that we're fighting for here in this revolution, all of it is non-negotiable. These are not radical ideas. They are necessary if we want to have any kind of future moving forward. We know that. We understand all of that. And that's big. That ownership of this fight, that is what's going to make it happen. Millions of people understanding that we must be the ones that do what it takes to make it happen. That this is not just Bernie's fight. I sometimes feel bad for Bernie, like I did today. And I still do. I'm still angry about it. Some of you may know what I'm getting ready to talk about, but Bernie was on The View. And first off, let me just say, if you're getting any news from The View, I worry greatly about you. I don't think anybody that gathered here would get their information from The View, but sadly people do. And second, fuck Whoopi Goldberg. Excuse my French, but she sat there today with her pompous, out-of-touch ass and grilled Bernie on why he would still be in the race in a very condescending and relentless way. It made me angry to watch it. And even though Bernie handled it quite well, I imagine that it's very hard on him right now, especially with the current situations and the current restrictions on his campaigning and on his ability to have events and his ability to have rallies and hold town halls and get out and talk to people. Now, this was already a crucial time in American history, and the change that we are fighting for was already desperately needed. But now, with all that is going on and will go on with this virus and economic crisis, it is imperative now that this revolution moves forward. And again, I could see that on Bernie, even as Whoopi tried her best to berate him about his gall to stay in the race and how he's hurting the cause. I could see that he understands the necessity as well. Bernie isn't going anywhere, and neither are we. Whoopi Goldberg is an idiot and an enemy who is either ignorant or complicit in what's going on. The hell with her. It made me angry what I watched on that interview today. And I'm sure if you saw it, it made you angry as well. But you also saw Bernie handle it like a champ and make the strong case, avoiding their nonsense questions about why he would stay in the race, when it's clearly obvious to everybody the need for Bernie to stay in this race. The media can do all they want to try and sell Joe Biden as a candidate, but Joe Biden is not a viable candidate. Joe Biden will lose. Joe Biden wouldn't beat Trump if he didn't have all the problems that he has. But with these accusations, with Tara Reid, and no matter how hard the media, and probably these women on The View as well, I don't watch their garbage show. I wouldn't have seen this little clip if it wasn't for the fact that Bernie will go on shows like that, will step into the lion's den, will put himself in those situations. Otherwise, I would never have seen it. I don't watch their show, so I don't know what they talk about. But these idiots sit around and try to give someone, the only person right now that is giving any answers, any leadership, any guidance to the American people right now, a hard time for staying in a presidential election against someone who can't even handle a live stream with these people. No matter how softball they set up the interview, Joe Biden can't make it through. He can't even finish a sentence. And they're ignoring these sexual allegations, which is disgusting. Dion says The View would be more entertaining if the Bag the Hagen replaced her with a whoopee cushion. I don't like Whoopi Goldberg, and I haven't for a while, which bothers me because I grew up on her. You know, she was a comedian. She's funny. I liked her movies, but she has completely sold out her values to the establishment. Either that or she never had any. But Kathy says The View is garbage. The View is garbage. It always has been. But people actually listen to it. Take their opinions from it. He says, I'm glad Bernie is still fighting for people he doesn't know. We are all fighting for people we don't know. We all understand that that's important. We believe in something greater. We believe that change is possible. That belief is what's going to make it happen. Yeah, Jones says still he wasn't ignorant to her. He wasn't. He had to dodge her questions about 5 times about why he would stay in the race. But he never did get ignorant with her, even though she did get ignorant with him, and she scoffed and laughed and made her little condescending jabs. Yeah, Joan, you saw it posted. It was disgusting. And they should be ashamed of themselves for misleading the American people. But, again, I have to pity you if that's where you're getting your news and your information, from the little lion-ass flickering box in your living room that has proven time and time again it is only there to mislead and misinform you. So we just need to fight all that. We need to fight that propaganda. It's very important right now, especially with Bernie being cut off from the ability to have rallies and town halls and everything that I mentioned. Especially in that situation, we have to make sure that we are the media and we are being loud. Don't back down. Take advantage of this opportunity. The establishment they're enriching themselves. They've just pulled off the biggest heist in human history with this. They're robbing the people blind. We have to take advantage of the fact that this is exposing everything wrong with this greed-based predatory system that we live in. And it must be reformed. It must be changed, and it must be rebuilt into something that works for the people. Now. Right now. We're not going to wait. We're not here to negotiate. We're not going to back down. And that's why it's going to happen. Bernie's not going to quit, and we're not going to quit on Bernie. He can't. I really don't believe that Bernie Sanders could, in good faith, drop out at this point. He just can't. There's no way for him to do it. It would be irresponsible. Not only would Joe Biden lose, but it would be the end of all progress. That would be giving up everything for no reason. The only thing for Bernie to do, if the DNC refuses to do the right thing, is to go third party. This fight must continue. And it continues no matter what. Our involvement, our vigilance, our activeness in what's going on is the only thing that will ever make anything change. It's the only thing that has changed anything. We've changed the whole narrative. We've done a great deal. We've gotten a lot done. And we're going to win. But they're going to fight us with everything they've got. And like he says, he's only down about 300 delegates. You know, they didn't do this to Hillary when she was down. She wouldn't drop out. She said some ignorant stuff during her race with Obama. People forget all that. They don't give her a hard time. They're giving Bernie a hard time. He's not even that far behind. The primary's still going on. And there's been a lot of rigging. From the very beginning. From the very first caucus. There is a lot of reasons why Bernie wouldn't drop out, couldn't drop out, and isn't going to drop out. Because like Jack says, this fight is far from over. We aren't going to quit. None of us. We're committed to seeing this through, and we will win. We will be victorious. We will take this system down, and we will rebuild it into something that works for the people because we own it and we understand that it must happen. But thank you guys for watching the Daily Bern. This is a daily show that we do, and it's a motivational show for the political revolution. I made this show because I wanted one to exist, where someone was actually telling you and reinforcing what really Bernie says 7-8 times a speech. That if we stand united, we can do anything we want. We can make this happen. We can change this society if we just take ownership of it. Joan says you would think they would want people to have important information at this terrible time. They don't have our best interests at heart. Their job is to misinform and misdirect people. They don't want good information getting out in front of people. They want what they want being what gets out, being what's popular. They don't want anybody speaking against their agenda. The media is owned by 6 corporations. To think that they don't have an agenda is just naive. He says, I think that coronavirus will wash away a bunch of this crooked garbage. You know, they're estimating it to be very bad in the United States, to be one of the hardest hit. This is going to be devastating. And I'm worried about the economy even moving forward. Everything I'm seeing is terrible, but they're robbing the people blind during this fear. Jacqueline says, thank you for speaking the truth. It's getting harder and harder to do. It really is. There's so much suppression. I'm not the only one that notices it. I'm sure a lot of you deal with it. In and out of Facebook jail or throttled and your posts suppressed. And I'm sure even the basic interaction on most of your posts have drastically gone down. Mine have. You know, by about 75, 80%. Just a drastic drop. They're suppressing all of us. They're keeping truth from people. And if you're sharing any of that, if you're trying to inform people, they're working against you. They have an agenda. They spend a lot of money on social media. These trolls, they're real. These people, a lot of these blue no matter who, the diehard that gaslight the hell out of you, they're paid trolls. That's real. They invest millions of dollars in social media. And we're heavily attacked. The propaganda has many, many levels to it. And there's many weapons being used against us. But we keep fighting. We keep pushing. This awakening can't be stopped. We will drive this forward. And we are the reason why it's even gotten as far as it has. We've done a terrific job. We've led a terrific fight. Everything is off the... What am I trying to say? The game is completely changed right now. It's hard to gauge it. So I wouldn't get discouraged by it. They're as weak right now as they're trying to make us appear to be. Because we're not weak. And we know that. They're hanging on by a thread. They've laid all their hopes on a Republican that has fought against the American people his entire career, who is mentally incompetent and a rapist. They have chosen to lose. He won't make it to July. Their plan is flimsy and it will fall apart. Jones says, I really think this virus is only beginning of the terrible events to come. It is. It is. And I don't say that to be fear-mongering. I say it because it's true. And come to Conspiracy Theories and Chill tonight, because I'm finally going to get into what I really think and just let it loose. So I don't know what to say our real agenda is going to be tonight other than truth. We're just going to dig and dig and dig and try to find some truth. So come back for that. And thanks for watching tonight's Daily Bern. The Conspiracy Theory show's at 8, so if you're into conspiracies, come back for that. But I'll see you guys tomorrow at 7 for another episode of the Daily Bern. Keep fighting, keep pushing, keep doing all you can. And send Bernie some love. You know what I'm saying? He's getting so much pressure. You gotta know, he's under so many attacks right now from every angle. Send him some love. Let him know how important what he's doing is and how much we need him to stay in this fight. There's a letter writing campaign to Bernie Sanders going on right now. Take part in that. And reach out and let him know how much we need him to stay in this fight with us and how important this is right now. But just keep doing all you can, guys. Keep fighting out there. I'll see you later on if you come back to the Conspiracy Theory Show. See you tomorrow for the next Daily Bern.